Hello everybody, welcome to the channel. Hopefully you're all having amazing creative days. So today I'm excited to share some information with you, some knowledge that I've gained. And now I know all of you, or pretty much 99.99% of you who are subscribed to this channel, are here to see the gear reviews. You want to see the cameras, the lenses, the sexy stuff, you know, the things you can buy in the store, and I totally get it. And today I'm going to go off the beaten path a little bit. I'm going to get away from gear and I'm going to talk about photography. I've been a photographer for 19 years. Well, photographer, videographer, YouTuber, all that kind of stuff. But photography is my main bread and butter. And I've been making money with a camera in my hand for 19 years. And there's a certain thing that happens at 19 years. You look back over those years and you gain a certain perspective that you could never get at 5 years or 6 years or 10 years. So what I want to do is sort of share something that I've learned. And it's a very, very important piece of information, because when I got into this field, I had certain preconceptions about how it would work. And now that I'm not at the other end, I'm not retired or anything, but I mean, after I have the experience, I look back at how I used to think and I realize I was wrong, and it works a little bit differently, right? And hopefully the information I can share with you guys, you internet people today, will help you along your careers and help you make money, because that's what this is all about. It's about being creative and making art and satisfying your clients and, you know, building your career. But at the end of the day, it's all about paying the bills. You got to make the money. You got to, you want to buy a house, you want to buy a car, you want to buy new equipment, you want to buy new lenses, you want to, you know, there's all sorts of things in life that cost money. And if you're not making money in your job, in your career, in your passion, in this case, photography for me, and this will apply to photographers, videographers, YouTubers, content creators, everybody. But if you're not making money, you're not going to last very long. Right? So that's what it all really comes down to. So I want to talk about making money in this industry and how it works on a very basic level from the perspective of somebody who's been in it a long time. All right, with that being said, let's jump into the video. All right, so first I'm going to start off with a little bit of a story. And if you don't want to listen to the story, you can skip ahead, time codes down below, so you know what to do. But when I started out, I noticed there was photographers I really looked up to, and they were really creative photographers. People I really admired. Their work was amazing, their posing was amazing, the emotions they could evoke out of the model's eyes were incredible, and these super talented people. And they were like me, same age group, maybe a little bit older, but you know, I would still consider us all the same generation. And then there were other photographers who had no talent. They were more just like rinse and repeats, one-trick ponies. They could do one thing really well and they just repeated. And if you looked at the portfolios from both photographers, you'd see like one was like really cool, really artistic, really beautiful, and the other one was like the same thing over and over again, rinse and repeat. And when they had a new look, it was just a look that they copied from someone else, and they weren't necessarily creatives, right? And after 19 years in this industry, I've seen a lot of photographers come into the industry and a lot of photographers go. You know, and when I say go, I mean like go as in they have to give up on their dream. They start their business, they start working, they get clients, but they can't keep up with the expenses, you know, renting studios, buying new equipment, computers, all that kind of stuff. And then eventually they can't make it because they don't have enough money, so they got to go find a real job or find another job or do something else, right? And then the ones that didn't have the talent, their businesses kept growing and growing and growing and growing and growing. And I've seen this. This is the same pattern I've seen over and over and over and over again. A lot of young guns come in, they're very ambitious, they're very talented, and then 4 or 5 years later, they're gone. They're gone. So why does that happen? Why does that happen? Like, when I started in this industry, I thought, hey, you know what? Invest in gear, get better cameras, get better lenses, take better photos, you know, and you know, buy all this equipment and your career will take off. You'll be a professional photographer because you have all the professional gear. And the truth of the matter is that's not how it works. That's not how it works. And I'm part of the problem. I get it, because I'm one of the YouTubers here that reviews gear and talks about lenses and talks about all this stuff. And I'm kind of promoting it and, you know, glamorizing it all. But the truth is, you don't need the best camera and the best lenses to make money as a photographer. You just need stuff that works, and you need stuff that like takes decent pictures. So what I learned is the difference between the photographers who are still in business now and the photographers that are out of business now is their understanding of business, right? I mean, yes, the creative photographers, I would rather see them succeed and create beautiful photos, and you know, people would be happy with these photos because they're artistic, as opposed to people who are just like technically competent but very business savvy, right? So their photos are okay, but their ability to conduct business is absolutely amazing. And that's why they're still in business. So the point I'm kind of circling around to here is that if you want to succeed as a photographer, you have to cultivate your clients. And to like make it super simple, this is what you want to do, is you want to create a stable of, let's say, 100 clients. Don't worry about, oh, I have to buy the new camera, I have to buy the new lens, and I have to get these new lights and blah, blah, blah. Don't worry about the gear. Just get gear that works, but focus on your business. Focus on cultivating 100 clients. Get 100 clients in your stable, right? And if each client calls you 2 or 3 times a year, you're booked. You know what I mean? And then you'll have some clients that book you once every 3 years and some once every 4 years. Like I've got a client that I started working with in 2008. I shot her like Playboy submission shoots. I shot some glamour stuff with her. I shot her engagement photos. I shot her wedding. I shot her newborn stuff. I shot her like kid's first birthday. I do her Christmas stuff. And she calls me 3-4 times a year. And that's what you need. You need like 100 clients like that and you're booked solid, right? So don't, and I get it. I know gear is sexy. You want the latest camera, you want the latest lenses, you want all this stuff. But focus on developing your relationship with your clients. Cultivate clients. Bring them into your stable so that they're your clients and they're loyal to you. They don't run off. Because some clients, like if you don't do a good job with your clients, what happens is they hire you because you're the, you know, whatever, they hear about you, they hire you, but they don't have a good experience. The next time they want a photographer, they ask their buddy, hey, who's that photographer you use there? Or, you know any photographers? Okay, call them, let's do that. And I find like, circling back to like the super creative photographers, they make it. And when they make it, they go right to the top. Like your Vogue photographers, magazine photographers, fashion, like, and they make a ton of money. But a very small percentage of photographers ever reach that. A large majority are in this bubble here where it's like you have to be a good business person to survive, right? And that's kind of what I'm talking about. I'm not saying that like really creative photographers don't make it at all. They can, but it's just a very small percentage of them. All right, so cultivating clients, build your stable of clients. Send out Christmas cards. Hey, thank you for your business this year. Really appreciate it. Here's 10% off your first shoot next year. Or, hey, here's a new service I'm offering. Or, you know, follow me on YouTube to see what I'm up to or something like that. You know, just keep people interested in what you're doing and develop that relationship. And then that relationship leads to loyalty and trust. And obviously, they keep coming back for more. So the bigger your stable is, the longer you'll stay in business. So don't think about cameras and lenses and lights and all this stuff. Think about your clients and how do you cultivate clients? How do you grow your client base? If you can get, let's say 100 clients is all you need to stay afloat for the year. How do you get 200 clients? And then you can hire an assistant who can come in and work with you. So it's like, okay, well, I'm gonna do this shoot, this shoot, this shoot. I'm gonna train my assistant. Okay, you're gonna handle that shoot and that shoot. There's a kid's birthday party, you can do that one. And then you send your assistant to do the work and then you pay them, right? And then you take a percentage for yourself. So you're doing more work, you have more clients and you're building your stable of clientele. And that's really how you succeed as a photographer. Whether it's like family stuff, whether it's like weddings, whether it's glamour or boudoir or product photography, Amazon products or whatever the case may be, whatever it is, cultivate your clients, keep them happy and keep them coming back. That's the trick to succeeding as a photographer. And that's why like creative people are so creative and they're very ethereal and they're in their minds. And you know, I love creative people, 100%. They're awesome. But when it comes to business, they're like, they're not there. Like take stock photography, for example. Now I'm in North America and Canada. And here in Canada, a lot of people don't know this, but if you create revenue through your photography work with stock photography, that's royalty income. And royalty income gets taxed at a lower tax rate than regular income. Now, do you know that? Did you know that? Did you not know that? And I don't know where you are in the world and where you're watching this from, but take a look into your tax laws. Like if you run a business as a photographer, like let's say I want to buy a Pocket Wizard, I want to buy a camera, I want to buy a MacBook, right? I can write that off as an expense and depreciate it year after year after year, and that goes against what I owe in taxes, right? And like, if I lease a car, 100% of that lease expense is a taxable write-off. So you have to understand the business and how business works where you're a photographer and take advantage of that. Like open a business, get a tax account or whatever it is, wherever you are from, find out what the laws are, find out what the loopholes are, find out what you can take advantage of to save a little bit of money. Like, for me, if I buy a camera and it's an expensive camera, like an R5, for example, I write that off as an expense and it depreciates every year, and that goes against what I pay in taxes. So that's, no, it does, I don't get a free camera or anything like that, but it helps me save money in the long run so the camera isn't so expensive, right? And the same thing with if you're just starting out. If you're just starting out, you know, you buy a new R7 or R8 or whatever the case may be, A7 III or whatever, figure out what you can do with your local tax structure or tax system and see if you can work that to your advantage to help you in your business, right? That's another thing to look at. And one more thing. Okay, so I know this video is kind of turning into a long talking head piece, but hopefully you find this information valuable, and I promise you, if you listen to this video, it'll help you tremendously with your career, definitely. So this is a book that I swear by. This is the holy grail for photographers. And if you have this book, chances are you'll probably stay in business. And if you don't have this book, you're probably gonna go out of business. That's just my philosophy. I've seen it on the shelves of a lot of photographers who make it. And it's Best Business Practices for Photographers by John Harrington. This is the second edition. You could probably find this used online somewhere for a good price. There's a third edition now. There's a newer one. I'm gonna link it down below in the description. And this book is absolutely a game changer. Look, it's got so much important stuff like planning and logistics, why a 30-minute shoot can take 3 days, setting your photographer's fee, pricing your work so you stay in business, working with reps, assistants, employees, contractors, plaintiffs, accounting, how we do it ourselves and what to turn over to an accountant, insights into IRS audit, contracts, editorial clients, I mean, insurance. This book has everything you need to run a business. It's got all sorts of forms and things already in there. I don't know if you can see that in there, but it's got example forms, everything. Like, I know it sounds crazy, but this book will help you succeed as a photographer more than buying that brand new lens with the fast maximum speed and like f1.2 or whatever. Buy this book. And you don't have to click on my affiliate link down below. I'm not trying to do this to make money. I'm doing this because I want to help you. I want to genuinely help you become a successful photographer, videographer, creator. And in order to do that, what I'm really trying to stress is that you have to understand business first. Like, the creativity is important, but there's so many people, and like, you know this yourself, like there's so many people out there who are hacks. They have no creativity, they have no talent, but they're really good at business and they're making money. And then there's people out there who are really creative and really artistic and they're making no money and they go out of business, right? So that's why I'm really promoting this. Like, if you want to succeed, spend the time, learn about the business, and depending on where you are in the world, learn about the tax and how the taxes work in your part of the world and how you can take advantage of that. And maybe there's even subsidies or something for you to help you out. If you're a young kid, young student or something, and you want to get into photography or creative field, maybe there's even government benefits to help you out. So that's basically the point I wanted to make in this video. And I know I'll go back to talking about gear soon, but I wanted to make a video talking about the business of photography and just sort of like, this is going to be an ongoing series on this channel. I'm going to still do gear reviews and talk about lenses and all that fun stuff because I enjoy it. But every now and then I'm going to drop a video talking about the business of photography and the philosophy of photography and just like the stuff that there isn't a lot of information out there. Like, there's a million videos out there talking about what ISO is the best ISO to use for bird photography, but are there videos out there talking about how to make money as a bird photographer? Where do you sell your stuff? How do you make your money? How do you pay your bills? Like, you know, it's okay making a little bit of money when you're young, but when you're 30, you got to make more money. When you're 40, you probably have a family, so you have to make even more money. When you're 50, you got to save for retirement. You got to make more money. So you got to grow your business, right? And unfortunately, business is more important than art if you want to survive in this industry. And I'm not saying that art isn't important. Art and creativity is super important. If you can marry the two together, then that's even better, right? If you can be a creative photographer who understands business, you'll be doing amazing. All right, let's do a little recap here. So if you already understand what photography is and how to use your camera and exposure triangle and all that stuff, your second objective should be to understand the business of your business. Understand how your business runs. That's super important. 2, start building a stable of clients and cultivating those clients. Put your money into marketing and developing those clients and bringing in those clients and keeping those clients and making them happy. Send out Christmas cards, send out emails, send out thank you cards, all that kind of stuff. Stay front of mind. You know, even if you have to send them an email once every 6 months, hey, I'm here if you need your photography, or if you have a videography service you need or whatever, blah, 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 contact me, I'm here for you, you know. So keep building your clientele. right? When you hit your 30s or 40s, maybe you can get an assistant or a second shooter, and then you can sort of hang back. You can say, okay, you're gonna shoot that. I'm gonna shoot this, and this, and you work together. And then maybe the next phase of your business can be, okay, I've got a stable of clients, which is maybe 500 clients. You know, I have my main assistant photographer and I have 3 other junior photographers. So now you can hang back and you can manage your business. You're like, okay, you're gonna go shoot that, you're gonna shoot that, you're gonna shoot that, you're gonna edit that, and you can start delegating work and you have a team, right? And then you can keep doing that and just grow your clientele, get more photographers working for you, videographers, whatever the case may be, and you're a manager. Now you can retire early and you can relax, or you can just go shoot the shoots you want to shoot and you don't have to do all the shoots, right? And now you've grown your business to the point where it makes money. And then when you want to retire, you know, you can hand the reins to someone else, you can sell the business, you can sell off your equipment, whatever the case may be. Like, you know, maybe you just have studio spaces that you rent to other photographers at that point. You have enough money, you can, you know, start buying some properties, renting out studio spaces. There's a lot of options, but the point is, you have to understand the business of your business to get there. All right, and with that being said, this video is over. Thank you for watching. If you got any questions, leave them down below. I'd be happy to answer you, and we will be doing more gear reviews in the future for sure. But also I'm gonna mix in a couple more videos like this as well. All right, thanks for watching. Peace out. See you guys in the next gear review.